is up, peoples? What is up, peoples? What is up, peoples? It is your boy MM2K back to introduce the first episode of SSC Podcast. Yes, we are back for 2021. And I have a great panel today because we have a special show on a special day. We have a special show and we got a special countdown happening. But before we get into all that, let me introduce the illustrious panel. First and foremost, a well-known familiar person that was able to come and join us today. Formerly a permanent panel member. Well, he's always considered a panel member host as long as he can come. It is our good friend, Eddie Player One. What's going on, Eddie?
What's going on, man? What's going on, Project and Chat? I'm glad to be back, even if it's part-time, but I'm still here whenever I can.
Awesome. And last but certainly not least, he got a lot to say about Digital Foundry, everything that's been going on. He's like, Moss, when are we doing the show? My homie, Project Storm. What's going on, Storm? How you been, man?
Man, what's going on? I'm feeling all right. You know what I mean? Just got done with work. You know, they tried to hit me with some BS at work and all that, man. Wait till I tell you about that after the show. But other than that, man, I've been gaming it up, loving this PC life, loving this Stadia life first and foremost, right? You know, because I put so many hours in the Stadia and I'm ready to put hundreds of more hours into that platform because, Moss, man, it's just great. And we'll get into all that, man. I've also been on the Series X, but I've been chilling, man, playing games, loving life, ready to get up on this panel so I can talk my truth, man.
Awesome. Yeah, we got a decent amount of stuff to cover. I mean, we have a format change. We're going to go through a schedule change. We're going to talk about some PNTS schedule stuff that's going to be changing from here on out because 2021 is a new year and it introduces new opportunities. So we're going to get into all that. But before we do that, let's talk about what we've been playing. Eddie, I'll start with you. What you been playing like the last week or so, man? Or what you been playing since the kickoff of 2021?
I've been dipping my toes on Cyberpunk again. I need to finish that game. And that has been about it. I haven't finished it yet, but man, I'm excited that there are so many good things coming. Like we're seeing here the trailer for Hitman 3 coming in, if I'm not wrong, January 20. And I feel like next week I'm gonna be playing Hitman 2 again just to get in the mood for this game.
Awesome. Been playing anything else, Eddie? Anything else on the portfolio?
Formula One, to be honest, I almost forgot that thing has been taking some of my time. It has been a good experience, good driving back to Formula One after 2016, which was the last time I played on the PlayStation 4. Okay. And there's some competitive things going on Formula One, which I loved it.
Yeah, a lot of people, they're talking a lot of positive things about that game, man. So it's good to see. I know Storm, Storm, you got your hands on that too. So I mean, that's a good segue to you. What you think about Formula One and what you've been playing since the beginning of 2021?
Oh man, Hey, look, man. F1 2020 is one of the greatest racing games I've played in a long time, bro. And I played a lot of them, man. Gran Turismo, I played Forza series, you know what I mean? Horizon, the straight up sim, Forza Motorsport and all that, man. Project Cars, Drive Club, you name it, I probably raced it. Grid. Hey, yo, but I tell you something, man. I had slept on the Formula One series. I knew the realism and the authentic nature of the game. Authenticity is the word I was looking for. Yeah. All that good stuff right there, is there, bro. The fact that it blazes on Stadia, I'm talking about, like, it feels so damn good, man. You could just, like, the precision you need to drive those type of cars. I can only imagine in real life, bro. But on Stadia in the cloud, to be able to race like that, and for the people that's played it, you know what the hell I'm talking about. It's awesome. It's just amazing. I can't give it less than a 9. That's for damn sure. I can't. It's just a phenomenal game, bro. Now, the second part of that was what? What did you want to know again?
No. Just what you've been gaming, what you've been getting into since 2021. At least on the Stadia side, I know you done played over 3,000 games since the 2 years.
I'll tell you to kick it off. Outcasters the other day, I said I was going to put more time in the Outcasters. Man, it's a phenomenal game. I was on it yesterday. I was trying to figure out how to play it with some 8K upscaling, but it didn't work with Shadow Play the way I wanted it to. Like I'm able to record with Nvidia Shadow Play when I'm on PC on the desktop, man. But yesterday it just didn't work. The 8K thing just didn't work. It didn't recognize it for some reason when I'm on the this on Stadia on the Chrome browser or whatever. But man, look, the game has been fun. Been playing. I dabbed on the Hitman 2. I need to get back into the hours, man. I was building a PC, so it kind of halted all my gaming, right? But I'm back. I jumped on Doom Eternal recently, my favorite game of 2020, as people already know. Jump back over there, and it's even more spectacular than I can remember, man. It's just a great game. Look, it's fire. Like absolute fire with kerosene and gas and all that on it, bro. Boom. You know what I mean?
Awesome. Shout out before we get into the little bit of stuff I was playing in comparison to Storm. Storm's always put me to shame. Thanks to Tommy for the 30 Norwegian. How do I pronounce that, Eddie?
Prong.
Hey, thank you, Tommy. Big time supporter, man. Love you, Tommy. Thank you. Tommy's been following me on all the platforms, man. So we're just trying our best to up that content. Thank you so much, because we can't do this without your support. He says, "Sup, keep up the fine work. Appreciate it. Thank you, my good friend." That said, I can talk more about 2021 because I'm kind of like in a funk about playing games. I want to play games, but I haven't had an opportunity to do so this week. And I'm hoping to change that soon, hopefully directly after the show too, but we'll see. We'll see what time permits. But as far as 2021 kicking off, you guys saw, I tried to play Outcasters, Eddie and Storm, and I got my ass handed to me several times over. It was a fun experience though. I love that game. That's why I want to get back into it. It's a fun game. And we'll talk about it too, because it may or may not have made our list, and I'm very disappointed at the Metacritic that it got. You know, it's like there's everything Stadia related. I mean, we got to get used to it, guys, and gals, but sometimes it upsets me. But there's just a very lazy approach to Stadia as of late, if not always. And the Metacritic that's out there, which we shouldn't even use as a litmus to whether the game is good or not, but it just doesn't give it any justice. That's a fun game, and I don't like PvE games at all, but that was fun. So that's what I cracked open that. And it's been Cyberpunk 2077 for the most part. I did pick up Outward before it got off sale, so I wanted to hop into that, but like I said, time just doesn't permit it. So definitely. And, before we get into the PNTS network news and some other stuff and the topics, any thoughts on that? Did anybody see the Metacritic on Outcasters? It's a 75. What do you guys think about that?
Go ahead, Eddie. If you don't, or I'll take it.
Was Outcaster 75 on Metacritic?
Yeah,
75. Yeah, it's only been, but see, here's the janky part about it too, Eddie. There's only been 5 reviews on it.
Well,
like, come on.
You know what though? Hey, Stadia's highest rated game exclusively. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to exclusives and all that, so I'll take that 75, man. I really will. Yeah. I'll take that 75. You know, we'll see how many publications actually get their reviews in. You know, but I didn't want to jump the gun and go in front of you, Eddie. But 75 to me is okay for the game. It says that because I feel like Guilt got robbed. I think Guilt was a flat out 8 straight from the jump. It was an 8 to me, you know what I mean, or higher, in my case, but it should have been no less than an 8. But the Stadia hate was running rampant at the time, and it still seems to be that way every now and then,
Absolutely. What are your thoughts, Eddie? I mean,
I'm gonna say it is garbage. No, the game is great, man. It's no secret as well. It's Project since Doom Eternal is Project's favorite game of 2020 of the platform. Outcaster is mine because I had so much good time already playing on the multiplayer. I have over 60 hours on the game, if I may not be wrong. And I'm just saying it's garbage because I'm just checking Metacritic right now. And Super Bomberman R Online has an 80. Outcaster has a 75, and I feel like Outcaster is much more deeper than Super Bomberman, which I love. I love the Bomberman as well.
Yeah. I think
That
they
should be
went.
like
I think they went with the Bomberman score of 8 because of the the fun factor, the fact that people can relate to it, and Outcasters is here. Here it is, brand new to the industry, and people don't know what to make of it yet. And especially if you haven't tried Stadia, we know how many people who still have not picked up the controller yet or the keyboard, to try Stadia. But more and more people have been on it, so I'm assuming that this is Outcasters is one of those games. I could see it being a great family game, y'all. That people can just pick up, have a good ass time, like I did, like Eddie did, like Have you tried it yet, my brother?
What Outcasters?
Oh yeah, you did. You did the stream. That's right. You put your effort into it. You know what I'm saying? And then we'll leave it at that, bro. I ain't gonna, I'm not here to start problems with you today, man. I'm on your team, bro. I'm on SSC.
I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna start because I'm looking at the reviews of Outcasters right now, and there's one review from a publication called multiplayer.it, probably from Italy. Not sure.
Yeah,
but it says the review is this: Outcasters is a very fun multiplayer game that lacks content. 70.
That lacks content.
That's the review.
And that's the review.
And that's it. Okay, well, next. We don't want to, next. No need to highlight that.
But but anyway, I agree with most of the reviews here, which goes 80, and I'm happy. So because there were 2 reviews of 70, it lowered the overall for 75. But anyway, Outcasters, I feel like I won't care about this review of Metacritic, because I've seen a lot of other reviews in other publications as well, being honest about the game. So Outcasters is a great game for me. It was a great surprise in 2020.
Yeah, I think games like Guilt and Outcasters and even Orcs Must Die are suffering from the fact that
man,
when people go to look at these Stadia exclusives, they're looking for God of War. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's not AAA production that's coming out of Stadia even early on, then they knock it down considerably. That's definitely what happened to Guild. People said, "Oh, Guild is a great game, but it's not going to be the game that brings everybody to Stadia." That's not the purpose. Tequila Works can't shoulder the weight of making Stadia the best platform out there alone. They just made a AA game that's a great game. Judge it on those merits. So you still got a lot of that. And we're going to talk about something similar to that shortly, but you just got a lot of that going on, and it's a shame. So,
absolutely.
Any other thoughts on that?
I have one last thought, because that's going to be a recurring thing we're going to see. People comparing to where's the God of War of Stadia, or even where's the God of War of Xbox.
Yep.
One thing it is clear: PlayStation, it's great for making single player games.
Yes, sir.
God of War, Ghost of Tsushima,
Horizon Zero Dawn, Spider-Man.
Horizon, all of those are great single player games with great stories. For what we understand right now, the cloud that Stadia has, the cloud power, will be great for multiplayer experiences that we haven't seen yet.
Yep.
So
absolutely.
To come with that IP for a single player experience, it will probably take a while to come either to Stadia or even a Microsoft. I don't see they're dipping their toes on the direction.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
So go ahead. What were you going to say?
No, I said agreed. That's it. Hey, first of all, let me get like 10 more seconds, man. To say
go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
It's some straight BS, man. That we put the you play Outcasters, bro. You played Guilt, so Eddie. You played these games, right? I played these games, and I completed Guilt. Loved the game. Now we know Orcs more. So you brought up Orcs Must Die, and that's what started. That's what fueled the flames right now. Orcs Must Die is a phenomenal game. I don't care how you put it. I don't care where you put it. It's a phenomenal game, man. I don't care. Like, bottom line is, it's tower defense or whatever, but it's one of the best tower defense games I played of its kind, man. Like, physics wise, all of this stuff. And when you start hearing things like can only be done on Stadia, and it was easily done on Stadia, and it was a perfect fit for Stadia. When developers talk like that, which they did, which the developers of Orcs Must Die did do, When they start talking like that, you know that it's not going to be good when it comes to the scores and things like that. Because remember, the picture was supposed to be grim for Stadia. Stadia was not supposed to be here right now. They're not supposed to be in SSC right now, y'all, with Eddie, Storm, and MM2K. So I just wanted to throw that out there because it does rub me the wrong way, man. Just didn't want to sit and be quiet on that one.
No, I mean, that's a great point, man. I just, we're going to talk about something similar to that and gauge everyone's feelings on this one because I think the community they're not upset. They're kind of worn out by it and I think they're like, they find it peculiar, but we'll get into all that. With that said, great stuff, everybody. Hopefully, like I said, I can do some more gaming. We got a Stadia Dosage stream channel that's, we're hoping to get more content on there when time permits. So hopefully that can change pretty soon. With that said, I just want to give a shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you very much. I tried to highlight your comments as the panel was going through their thoughts. Just as a reminder, we thank you guys so much for your support. We can't do it without you. We got memberships up right now. So if you want to become part of the Stadia Dosage News community, just hit that join button below. We got emotes and badges and all that fun stuff. We also got specialized content, special access to the Discord. We dropped some new content today. We got new content flourishing all the time. We're going to have some new content after we do an after show. We're now going to implement an after show here. And in addition to that, we're going to have some other, well, you guys seen it earlier. We got some shows where we do weekend reviews, gameplays, and other things like that. So definitely, if you want to be part of the community, see the extra content, hit that join button below. You won't be disappointed. In addition to that, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate and love every one of you guys. Do me a huge favor, though. This is different from SML, where it's easier for me and Storm to like rummage through the chat. We'll definitely do that when we can. However, if you got a comment like the homie Tommy that you want us to see like ASAP to catch me in my half a good eye, hit that super chat button. We'll definitely stop in the middle of talking to get to your comments, and we're going to do our best job to go through every other comment otherwise. With that said, here goes PNTS Network Programming. Today we got SSC. Me and Storm, we're going to talk about the commission today. Storm's like, huh? What we got to talk about? We're going to talk about commission today, but that's normally a show that we have. We have it scheduled for either Thursday or Friday. We got to mix up the lineup a little bit. We'll get more into that once we solidify some things. We also got Yang Meets Yang of Gaming, which airs on Sunday, and I did skip SML, which is going to air tomorrow on Project Storm's channel. So we definitely want to remind you guys, stay tuned here to the community tab because we're going to have a link there. We'll have a video and all that other stuff. So you definitely don't want to miss any of that content. And I think I covered everything. Shout out to everybody that just came in. The homie Chris, he says, awesome content here. Let us get those likes up. Appreciate it, my good friend. 0 games for me. Good to see you again. KD in the house, and I'm back. Good to see you, my friend. And 7 in the house. All right. Let's get into it, y'all. Let's talk about it. Let me see. I think I'm prepared today, Mama. I'm prepared today, Mama. Let's talk about it. Oh, look at the banner. Topic number 1.
You sure you want to talk about it?
I want to talk about it, man.
All right.
I want to talk about it because
let's go.
I'm going to blame. No. I can't blame Eddie for this one. I got to blame Eddie for the inside gaming thing, and that isn't on the topics list. Darn it. But I'll find a roundabout way to blame somebody for this one. Digital Foundry's Cyberpunk 2077 compared. Okay, let's just talk about it, y'all, before we get into our top 10s today. Top 10 of 2020. So for those of you that are missing the background on this, here's what happened. Digital Foundry announced earlier that they would be doing a review of Cyberpunk 2077 on Stadia. Now, if you follow this platform, I did something on Monday where I said, good or bad, I'm not out the gate endorsing this. What I'm gauging for is I'm gauging to see if Digital Foundry have increased their knowledge base of Stadia for them to be doing adequate reviews of this nature. In my opinion, what's going on here? I'm trying to it's not letting me pull this out. Crap. Oh, you know why it won't let me do it? Because bear with me, folks. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get rid of this tab here. There we go. All right. So we get rid of that. And then okay, there we go. So my concern was, does Digital Foundry finally get it on how to do reviews on Stadia, how to have the appropriate setup and all that other stuff? By all intents and purposes, that's still questionable. They did a review of Stadia. Not only did they do a review of Stadia, but they opted to do a 1v1 compare versus the Xbox Series X. So granted, when they do their compares of consoles or any other device, it's always with the best HDMI cords, under the best conditions, the best TVs, calibrated TVs, all that other stuff. My homie Richard Ledbetter, who we've given a lot of praise to in 2020. I know me and Chase were some of the staunchest fans of his. Homie went into the parking lot of a Fat Burger, stole Wi-Fi internet outside from like 30 feet outside of First, he was going to do it on he was going to do it via cellular service, but then he was able to find a better Wi-Fi spot. Siphoned off Wi-Fi connection in a parking lot on a 4K display laptop, but an older version from what I've been told by people a lot smarter than me in this. And then had the footage going through multiple throughputs that is going to degrade quality in some ways or whatever. But again, idealistically, if you're going to compare, do a 1v1 compare versus dedicated devices. If you're calibrating TVs or using the best HDMI cords, at the very least, you have to be on the CCU and you have to be using Ethernet connection. If you're not doing that, you're not using optimal settings to do a technical review, right? In a lot of minds. But they did the review anyway. And when they did the review, Stadia's version, actually the review, if you separate the fact that they were comparing it between Xbox and Stadia, the Stadia review actually wasn't bad. It's where it got questionable when they were comparing it to Xbox and the things they were saying. And in the back of your mind, you're thinking, okay, why are you doing a 1v1 compare when you're not using optimal settings for one, but you've used them for the other? So that's the story. Now, some people feel that this is a nothing burger, and I'll get into my thoughts on that. Other people feel that this is embarrassing for Digital Foundry. I don't think anybody's really upset from what I've seen. They're just confused. So whoever wants to grab it first, let's do it like that. What are you guys' thoughts on the method that Richard Ledbetter and Digital Foundry took this footage to do this compare? Who wants to start it off?
All right, Eddie must want me to. Hey, you must want me to go, man. Hey,
I know you go, Project, because I have something to add from our friend Tom Warren as well.
All right, that's perfect. Well, that's perfect. Well, here it is, right here, live and direct. Damn it! Now, I'm gonna tell you something. The only way I know how to do is keep it right. I keep it real, is what I'm saying. I just know how to keep it real, y'all. You know, when I get to that point. I don't mean to offend anybody and none of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. But I got to keep it real, because how the hell, why am I out here wasting your time? You know what I'm saying? So here we go. First of all, Digital Foundry, you was right, man. I was looking at the of course I stay in tune with the community. So I'm seeing what people are saying. I'm seeing people's thoughts and everything. You know, Twitter is one of the main sources for us out here in the community where we like to, you know, relay information and stuff like that and engage in discourse and all that good stuff, right? So I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing stuff and I'm like, okay. And I even dropped a DM for on this matter. Like, yo, I can't wait until we can get an opportunity to talk about it, bro.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to sit here. I'm really trying to think about what I'm about to say, man. Okay. I thought about it. Here we go. Digital Foundry be on that bull. You know what I'm saying? And I say this because I told in my DM, and the DMs are proof. Those are the receipts that we were talking about. My initial thoughts were, I kind of agree with most of what Rich was saying about the performance of the game and everything, I have given my own thoughts on Cyberpunk, and I said that it wasn't the smoothest experience in 4K because I knew it was 30 frames per second, but it wasn't a lock 30. I could tell that. I've said it before. The receipts are out there, right? The 60 FPS mode at first, it wasn't as smooth as I wanted it to be. So I had to get this out of the way. I've said this and I meant it. If you played the game, you may have run into some of these things that you might have noticed, but you may not have. I don't know. But that's not what it's all about. What it's all about is about Digital Foundry, who's well-renowned, world-renowned, well-known. They're a Digital Foundry. So many people go to their channel. That's why they hit that 1 million subscribers, by the way. So many people depend on them to give them things that they don't have access to. They don't know how to do. They don't know how to count pixels. They don't even care to count pixels. What they do want to do is save their damn money and not blow it and not waste it, right? So when you go back to that and you think about the fact that Rich and Tom and John and everybody over there, and I know names because I watch their content. I was subscribed to the channel. I'm subscribed after the whole the Linneman fiasco that happened. I unsubscribed. I haven't subscribed since then. And now, so Eddie, and this is why you should have went first, man, because I told you. When I saw I said, okay, he's in the car. At first, I'm thinking, oh, this is going to give a great indication of what Stadia can really do. But then I hear the homie say that he was basically tapping into the best Wi-Fi, the best data center or whatever in the area, in the region. And then he realized something went wrong, right? And then he had to go to plan 2 or plan B. And when I heard that, I started scratching my head, man. I said, what the hell is Rich talking about right now, man? Then it got worse. Rich, you're in the car. You're trying to be funny by saying this is the car, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the vehicle and all that stuff. They showed the aerial drone view and all that. And I'm like, okay, I see where this is about to go. Then he into the I can't, and I'm just going to try to keep it as short as I can, but further into that overview or outlook, whatever the hell you want to call that, he says Stadia doesn't work well at his home.
So the guys have money and power to get a drone to do a 5-second shot and don't have a good internet at home?
Eddie, now I know where they are located, and that's on the continent. I think it's Europe, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I know that Europe. I know that they have better internet in some cases than we do, and I know that there's people on my friend list right now that I play Stadia with who probably has better a worse setup than a Rich might have at home. Now that's just what I'm assuming. I don't like it. It just doesn't. It don't fly right with me, man. And I'm sitting here and I'm just like baffled and dumbfounded, right? Because I went into it like ready to give him a pass. Like, okay, you broke it down. You played Stadia in a realistic situation for when 5G and all of this stuff kicks off. But then I thought about it and I assessed the situation a little bit deeper, and I realized that here we go again. We're taking another subliminal shot at Google Stadia. Now that's how I feel. Right? Now I'm gonna leave it right there, and then I'll jump back in. Okay. Eddie, you can go ahead, man.
All right. So here is that's why I jumped in, sorry, because I just can't believe UK have a horrible internet. So, if you scroll up a little bit on this tweet, there was Tom Warren explaining the situation that Digital Foundry had to drive to a cell tower, hig up in a car, portable, use a drone shot for 5 seconds to capture and find a 1200 megabits Wi-Fi hotspot to get a good connection to play Stadia. Even then, the Xbox Series X version Cyberpunk performs better. So after a big hustle, you still need to spend $500 to spend a game.
Come on, man.
It doesn't make sense, Eddie, because you can flip it in reverse, which is more fathomable. That in a parking garage, stealing internet from Fatburger, or you know what I'm saying, or an IKEA.
He wasn't in the garage. He was just in the parking lot.
Yeah, he was in the parking lot. Yeah, you're stealing internet from IKEA
premises or whatever. Like what? I'm like, why? Why go through those lengths? Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
Arguably, the best game of 2020 plays just as good from a garage or from a parking lot than it does on a $500 console. But go ahead, Eddie. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And then I dropped the question because I didn't know. So, being in a metropolitan area in Canada, I don't know. It's the internet UK that bad that the guy has to do all of that hustle. So he could just play Stadia. And Tom said, yeah, definitely it is. I'm very lucky to have 1 gigabyte. And then there were a lot of comments on that. Definitely it is bad, but it's not. And this guy here saying, so 37% of UK have 1 gigabyte. Over 50% of the population have access to 100 megabits. And you're telling me that one channel that has over 1 million subscribers cannot have a good internet connection?
Hey, look, man, Eddie, this is what I'm trying to tell you now. For people, like if you really sit there and analyze, you use, like Charles said something right here. There are 2 caveats that need to be factored in. From what I've heard, Stadia's port is still on 1.5, which makes it even better for Stadia if that's the case.
It does.
It hasn't even updated yet. 2, I don't know why you even analyze. Now, Charles, I get where you're coming from, bro. My thing is, why embarrass yourself by saying that you're stealing somebody's Wi-Fi? You rich better, bro. Like, Rich, you could have went to the local library and did this shit. You could have went to McDonald's, got the McDonald's Wi-Fi, like we joke around in the hood. You know what I'm saying? What you need to do, Rich, is stop. Just cut it out, man. Cut it out. When we gave your boy the heat, all right. Y'all tried to come back and you did. I think they did a decent job, man. Tom did a decent job. I don't really have a problem with Tom. I didn't have a problem with Rich, but now this right here, it kind of raises my eyebrows a lot, man. Rich, I gave him credit, and y'all heard me say it before. If you paid attention, Rich is one of those ones, man. The OG. He's the one that I first paid attention to when I found Digital Foundry, and he was the one that did the most thorough analysis of every damn thing, right? So for him to go out here and instead of him being able to go to somebody's damn store, somebody's Stadia would have flown him out there.
Coffee shop.
Listen to this, Emma. Stadia would have flown him and the whole damn team, cameramen, equipment managers, anything they had, man, to test it properly. And I'm trying to keep it clean as I can. Try to test this thing properly. They would have flown him out, multiple times, possibly for free.
Man, we have 2 good comments here.
So now y'all start thinking. So for the people that's out there and look, I got love for everybody. If I don't have love for you, I'll let you know. I'll come to you. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it on air because I don't give a damn. That's just how I rock, right? When it comes to realistic issues like this, that's why I throw names out there. I want people use my name. Project Storm said this. He contradicted himself on that dumb shit. Call me out, right? Because that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, at the end of the day, we're men, women, you know what I mean? Maybe even some teens sprinkled in. We're old enough to know how to handle things the right way. But when I go out here and I see people trying to give them not passes, some people do give passes, but then I see other people that's like, oh, wait a minute, man. I see people doing this and all that. Like, for example, I got love for Jen S, man. I watch his content. I love him as a content creator and all that. Everybody has a right to put their stuff out there. Jen put out, if you're in tune to Twitter, you know what I'm talking about. Shout out. This is not a shot. I have no reason to. I rocks with Jen. But Jen feels like, hey, man, I think they're right. So did I. I started my speech by saying that I agree with what Rich was trying to say. When it comes to the performance, because PC is the very best way to play. So what they're doing here is they're comparing Stadia to the PC version, the native PC version, and Stadia is still in the same conversation. I'm just going to let y'all know that because I just built me a brand new damn PC with an RTX 3080 and a 10700K. So I think I have a little bit of rights to say what I'm saying. Stadia is still the second best way to play. And I think that might have hurt some people's feelings that it wasn't PS5, you know what I'm saying? And Series X is better in some areas, but then, he highlighted some things that Stadia was better in areas like that. And those was like 2-second highlights, right? You see what I'm saying? It was just something janky about the whole situation. And that's what rubs me the wrong way. So what I'm saying is, just to clarify. So Jen was saying basically, hey man, I wasn't that. I didn't see. Jen didn't think it was that serious. And shout out. But to me, if you think about it, it's kind of like, here we go again. Why wasn't this done in a more thorough fashion?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'll leave it right there. Shout out. Hey, subscribe today. Check him out. Generation Stadia. Y'all know.
Yeah. No. Shout out to
Gen Stadia. Just one person. He's just one person, for example, that speaks up. We speak up in this community. That's what we do. We talk.
Yeah. I'm definitely, and it's not Jen. He didn't. I mean, there was a lot of sentiments.
No.
Yeah. There was a lot of sentiments out there that agreed with that, and it's okay. I mean, whatever people feel, they feel. I do want to address that later, though. But Eddie, as far as our good friend Tom Warren, I didn't want to touch too much on this right now, and I wanted to get the rest of your thoughts.
Man, this show is going to be hot, man. The show is going to be hot.
I just have 2 comments here from chat. Actually, one's from Zero Games for me. It must take days from them to upload their videos.
Yeah, exactly.
Foundry, they upload 4K videos.
Yeah,
they do. Yeah. Can you imagine, like, if this is all the hustle they have to go to do all of their content?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the other one's from 7 here. So he's saying, European guy here. We have sometimes very bad internet here too. But we could.
Yeah, I'm sure in some cases, man. But honestly, and I'm not the only one, so I know I'm not crazy, Eddie. But most of the time we hear that the Europeans have sympathy. They're sympathizing with us and for us and everything when we talk about our data caps and the infrastructure over here. Now that's why I'm saying, the European. But of course, there's going to be bad internet everywhere. So shout out.
Yeah, that was up.
So with Tom Warren, right? I don't want to touch too much on it. The homie KD says no touch on it. We're going to save that for later. But I just want to say this to what Project Storm brought up and what Eddie was bringing up. This is all intertwined and interconnected. I get where some of the sentiment is what Richard did or what Digital Foundry said about the Stadia performance wasn't horrible. I also agree with that. The problem is you opted to do a compare. And see, if you're a self-proclaimed high-tech firm, rule numero uno is you don't do compares in this fashion unless you can put both entities in optimal settings. So why do we keep running into situations where Digital Foundry wants to compare Stadia to this and compare Stadia to that, and they don't know how, or they're not willing to get Stadia in its optimal settings? Now, with that being said, in this case, it wasn't a horrible contrast. It actually makes Stadia look good. Because by him siphoning internet from the local Baskin and Robbins, from the parking garage, right? Stadia was still able to hang with on a Chrome, and let's not forget this, on a Chrome browser. They were able to go toe-to-toe with a $500 console. But see, it's bigger than that. The problem is that if we keep letting this slide, you know what I'm saying, it's going to get to a point to where the unsuspecting gamer is going to say, yeah, you know what? The community said that I thought that was a little janky from Digital Foundry, but the community said it was okay, so we're going to let it slide. And so Digital Foundry must be a trusted source when it comes to these reviews. And one day they're going to do a review that's going to topsy-turvy, turn the world upside down, and we're not going to be able to rebut it because they're going to say, well, you guys have validated them for this long and they've done janky stuff before, so why is it a problem now? Like, let me just say this real quick. For those that go to a barbershop, you know what I'm saying, and know the barbershop scene, that's where it's the men's gossip area, right? We sit out there and look out the window and hoot and howl, you know, when we see something walking across that we like or whatever the case. Y'all know the scene, right? So I used to have a friend named Sherm. Shout out to Sherm. Sherm introduced me to Jungle Hunt way back in the Atari days, right?
Yeah.
So me and Sharm was known in the barbershop because as people are trying to go out and communicate and talk to people while they're waiting to get their haircuts, somebody would say, Sharm, why are you talking to that young lady? That young lady used to do this. She's nefarious for taking money and doing all this other stuff. And Sharm's favorite phrase was, you know what? I'll just take it. In other words, I'll just deal with it. I mean, as long as you're being nice to me and you're giving me attention, I'll just take it. And Sharm would always come back like a week later, the next time it was time to get his haircut. Well, how did your date go with so-and-so? Oh man, she took me for everything I had. Well, we told you. Well, she was nice to me. See, and the point I'm trying to make is just because Digital Foundry may say something nice here or there, or Tom Warren may have said something nice several weeks ago, one little thing about Destiny 2, that does not negate the fact that they're known for bloviating on facts and not being truthful. What you see on the screen is Tom Warren lying about being quote unquote lucky. Someone had to pull out the facts and say, there's nothing lucky about your situation. You're in the top 30% and you're above like more than half of the internet service in the UK. Stop over exaggerating. And that's the point we're trying to make. We have to be leery before we give these passes to these entities, because it's not acceptable for them to do a half-ass compare when it's PlayStation versus Xbox. So why are we accepting it? That's the overarching point. Because if we keep accepting this stuff just because someone's finally saying something nice about Stadia, it's going to bite us in the butt. And we're going to be sitting there like Sharm, like, they took us for everything. So those are my thoughts on it. I mean, again, the review wasn't horrible. I mean, Eddie, what do you think? Then Storm, I mean, again, I think Storm elaborated. He didn't disagree with the review. I mean, the one-off review of what he had to say about Stadia, did you think it was a horrible review, Eddie?
No, the review was okay, but the method they used it for review, it's not okay. I want to give a shout out again to Eden, Original Penguin from the Stadia Source team. He did a live pixel count. The day the game launched, he did a live pixel count. And if you want to disagree with the facts, you can't, because he counted the pixels live.
He did it live on air.
What do you want to? Why are you going to disagree? No, you're counting it wrong. So if 1, 2, 3, if the math doesn't. What? So if you're going to disagree with his method of counting pixels, provide a new one. But he did a live counting of the pixels, so there's nothing else you can disagree or you can counterpart there.
Mm-hmm. Yo, and I thought about that as well, Eddie, man. But I want to go back to this chat, man, because see, I could tell they got the chat. Their antennas are up as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You can see through the BS. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you're trained, you don't need but like an hour of training to see through the BS. You know what I mean? Like, so when let me highlight my brothers, Christopher Torres, Dark Bite Prime, man. KD, everybody, Ray Sherrod, everybody out here, man. Thank y'all for rocking with us right here. And I'm looking at on the screen, man. Christopher Torres said correct. They are known for bull essing. You know what I'm saying? All the time, nothing new. Now, I could tell you that other people from other communities call them out on that BS too.
Yeah.
Call them out for all premises and all kind of things that just don't make sense. Their methodologies and all that stuff, man. They call them out for it. So you know that there's got to be somebody. And again, nobody's trying to be the Stadia ambassadors and defend
absolutely
first and none of that stuff. I keep reminding people, right? But somebody, first of all, we all have voices, y'all. Use your voice. Use your voice. That's what we're trying to say right here. At some point, like Tom Warren, like you said, MM, I could talk trash about you and get on your show and be like, MM2K is a cool guy, man. And as soon as the show is over, man, MM2K, man, he don't be playing enough Xbox. That brother right there, boy. And I could be talking trash. So you got to be able to see these snakes in the grass. You know what I'm saying? You got to cut that grass. Jay-Z once said, when the grass is cut, the snakes is show. You got to thank the little homie Jazz for that, though. You know what I'm saying? You got to really think. Get your thinking cap on. So yeah, on that note right there, they could have done a lot better, man, with the testing. And that's what I'm trying to bring attention to. I could have done a better damn job than that. Just like I said before with the John Lennon thing, when he did the Doom Eternal breakdown, and then Random Noob came out here, who's not well known like Digital Foundry, who don't have 1 million subscribers or anything like that, came down, broke it down in a common sense fashion. That's what I'm gonna follow every day. But go ahead, MM.
Yeah, no, I get where we want to be cautious and make sure. And again, this is everybody's opinions on this. I appreciate, and I think nobody's wrong on this. You're entitled to feel the way that you feel on it. You can't be wrong for your opinion. I'm just simply saying that I'm cautioning us to just be cognizant of the fact that just because someone says something nice, like Storm just alluded to, doesn't take away from the fact, from the years of Tom Warren making up stuff, you know what I'm saying, and just lying, doesn't take away from the fact that Digital Foundry has yet to do a thorough analysis of Stadia, even at the level of Random Noob, one guy, and nothing to take away from Random Noob. That's a very smart guy. Like I said in my last stream, Random Noob is that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out.
But if he ain't got no super chat pulling in $6,000 a month or a Patreon, you know what I'm saying? He ain't got a whole Eurogamer behind him. He's one guy with a couple of wires, for crying out loud, on the PC, and he was able to do a better latency test than Digital Foundry. We gotta be cautious before we let certain people in the house. I'm gonna go back to another movie, Lost Boys. If y'all, I'm telling my age. Remember the
Lost Boys? You know it. Vampires, not to spoil it.
Yeah.
You know
remember when the dad was on the porch, like, you gonna let me in?
Yes, sir.
And he was so nice and so dapper dear and everything, and the mother let him in, and the rest is history. That's what's happening with these entities that have an agenda. So we got to put them to task. We ain't got to do it with the quote-unquote pitchforks, but I don't think anybody got out of pocket, Eddie. I don't know. I didn't see anybody got out of pocket. They just reasonably questioned the method, and if they're going to do a compare, Eddie, do it both in optimal settings. What do you think about that before we move on?
No, you said it all, man. We got to keep an eye on those guys forever, because they are not doing proper comparison and something that we can agree that actually it's doing a benefit. Right. It's good that they're talking about, but the way they're doing it is not optimal settings.
Absolutely. Well, those are so overall thoughts. Just to go through the panel real quick, we'll start with Storm, Eddie, and then I'll give my thought real quick. What do you think about the review? What you think it was a good one, or it was just better? I'll start with me. I'll just say I don't think what he had to say standalone about Stadia was bad. I think it would have been better served if it would have been like, hey, we're limited in our resources. We're doing a review of Cyberpunk 2077 via the internet. Here's what we found, and I think it would have been perfect. What do you guys think?
I mean, when can they sit down and show us a 10-minute breakdown? Just 10 minutes. That's all we need, man. Plug it. I want you to do this. I want you to get a Cat 8 cable. I want you to get a Cat 7 cable. I want you to get a Cat 6 cable. Get a Cat 5 cable. Yes. And I want you to sit your ass down, and I want you to plug it into the damn Ethernet jack that's in your wall or whatever. And I want you to make sure that you run it on your best equipment, right, when you do it. Yeah. And then I want you to play Stadia in the Chrome browser, and I want you to play it on the CCU. And once you do that right there, and you show me Cyberpunk running on both, and then you test the latency on both, and then you count pixels on both ways and all that, then I will say Digital Foundry is the place to go for all of your gaming news. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, it's not that hard, man. Hey, y'all ready to move on? Eddie, you got anything to say, man?
Yeah.
What you think about it, Eddie?
I would just add that the review, okay. Comparing to Xbox, not okay if you're not using the optimal settings.
Absolutely.
And my bad, I ain't done yet. I want you to try it on Chrome Canary. I want you to play it on the Edge. I want you to go to regular Chrome browser. I want you to go to Mozilla Firefox, damn it. I want you to do everything. Hey, look, because it's simple, y'all. It's simple to do.
It's simple, but
they will get my subscription back. If they could do that kind of stuff, man.
Storm, that shows that they're willing to use the elbow grease to get a better understanding of the platform. Driving up to your local Dunkin' Donuts and sitting in a garage and siphoning internet doesn't show that. Period. It's embarrassing. So,
especially when somebody from your team already said, "I don't care about cloud gaming."
Exactly. And you cannot wash that stain off with these half-ass reviews, regardless of how. And it makes Stadia look good, but again, if we keep letting this slide, it's going to bite us in the long run. All right. That was great, y'all. That was a great discussion. Thank you, everybody in the chat and all that other stuff. Hey, I know Eddie might have to step away for a bit before we get into this knee deep, but just let us know, Eddie, if that's the case. Sure. However, it's that time, folks. We have been the last people to do this, but we're going to do this. We're going to have a blast with this one. We have a top 10 list, Stadia Dosage, or SSC rather, top 10 lists of what we feel is the best games of 2020. All right, that have come to the platform. Yeah. And this does include, now just so we're aware, for full transparency, this does include the game since launch in 2019, just to throw it in there, right? Now here's what we did, y'all. We went, and the panel here, me, Storm, and Eddie, we supplied our top 10 list, okay? After supplying our top 10 list, we then said, okay, we created a point system where number 1 grants you 50 points and number 10 grants 5 points. And after we made a list of games, we tallied up all the points for the games, you know what I mean, per everyone's list. And the games that had the most points are the ones that made the list in chronological order. So if that makes sense. And let me see here. Oh, we got that. We got it here. I just want to get everything ready here. Get everything nice and pretty here. There we go. So that's what we did again. Me, Eddie, Storm came up with the list of our 10 favorite games. We listed them 1 to 10. Every number 1 on our list granted 50 points all the way down to number 10 that granted 5 points. We totaled all the points, and then we came up with our top 10 games, and we're about to present them right now. So before we get started, any questions from anybody on the panel?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. With no further ado, Stadia Dosage top 10 games of the year for 2020. There we go. Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, boy. First of all, Hyperfan Gaming in the building. Josiah
Gaming, what's up?
Usher's in the building. You know what I'm saying? What's going on, y'all?
All right. Okay, so I just talked about this. A list of games from each panel. Participant games were awarded points based on the place they were at on each individual's list. Points awarded via chronological scale. 50 for first place through 5 for 10th. Tiebreakers are decided by panel. So the way the points fell, we didn't have any tiebreakers. No further ado, let's do it. Number 10 game on our list is Immortals Phoenix Rising. This is a game from Ubisoft, of course. The genre is action RPG. Play as Phoenix, the new winged demigod, on a quest to save the Greek gods. The fate of the world is at stake. You are the god's last hope. Wield the powers of the gods like Achilles' swords and Daedalus' wings to battle powerful enemies and solve ancient puzzles. We'll first start with Eddie, if he hasn't left yet. We'll start with Eddie. Eddie, what do you think about number 10, Immortals Phoenix Rising?
Gods and Monsters.
Gods and Monsters. Eddie Player One Classic, you know?
Yeah, no, this game, it's pretty, it's too beautiful. The demo on Stadia, discovering the demo coming to Stadia was a highlight of the year as well. And it plays great. I haven't had that much time with it. I ended up getting at the end of the last day of the sales, the end of the year sales, but I didn't have too much time to get into it. But I remember playing the demo. I remember playing the leak. Yeah, great game. Top 10 for sure.
Absolutely. Storm, what are your thoughts on Immortals Phoenix Rising?
Love it. The more I play it, the more I just want to get into it, man. It's one of those games I don't want to end. So it's a great game when I don't want it to end. I love everything about it, man. The female protagonist, the fact that she kicks ass and takes names and she fights some monsters that will scare the hell out of you at nighttime. MM2K, man. Listen, bro. The game is just lit, and it's out here with a 60 FPS mode. I give it a 10. Let's move on.
All right. The next game on our list, number 9, SSC top 10 is Octopath Traveler. Y'all know where that came from.
Oh yeah.
Since that didn't come from me because I didn't vote on that one, guys, I'll be back in about 15.
All right, Eddie.
Okay, cool.
Do your thing, man.
Eddie. All right.
Octopath.
So Octopath Travelers by Square Enix genre. Damn, genre. What the hell's wrong with me? Genre's RPG.
Say
Octopath Traveler is a role-playing game that sports a graphical aesthetic known as HD 2D, defined by the developers as combining retro Super NES style character sprites and textures with polygonal environments and high definition effects. Storm, I don't know if you got a chance to play Octopath Traveler, but what are your thoughts on this game that you've heard?
I didn't play it, but I tell you what, and I feel bad for not copping it yet. I saw Link TV. Shout out to Link TV. Stadia, y'all know what it is, man. He was out there. Link was playing the game. Other Bunny was playing the game on the Switch, I think. I saw a couple people play it, and it looks like something that I could rock with. I know it went on sale for a little bit, but it didn't go on sale for $30 or anything like that, did it?
I think it. See, I wouldn't bought it full price. I got my jaw tapped for that one.
So I will be copying the game. I just didn't want to grab it full price for some dumbass reason. I don't know, y'all, but I have heard nothing but great things about it from what I've seen. I would love to play with all the characters and everything. It looks dope.
Yep, absolutely. Great game. I love it. It made my list because definitely I love this genre of gaming. My favorite game of all time is a game called Phantasy Star 2 that came on the Sega Genesis. So as you can imagine, this did rank a lot higher on my list, but because of the point system, it barely made it. But it's still a great game altogether. Very, and Stadia had a sale on it, so this game rarely goes on sale. So definitely check it out. It's worth full price. I love this game, and I can't wait to finish it. So Octopath Traveler, our number 9 game. All right.
Hey, hold on. Before you move on, man, KD is out. KD is on to something right here in this chat, man. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, MM wasn't ready for it. He hit me with the early when I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. Well, here we are. I'm putting up a $20 gift card straight up. I might increase it to 30 by the end of the damn show. $20 gift card. Google credit, whatever it's called, whatever, man. Whatever you need. I'm putting up 20 if you can guess the top 3 games on this damn list. Now, KD already put his bid out there. You can't change this once it's there. But I'm telling you right now, live and direct, you can hit me up. MM2K didn't know anything about it. $20 right now if you can guess the top 3.
You got to guess the top 3.
You got to do it before we get to 5, damn it. Let's go,
yeah.
MM.
Top 3. Oh, silky now. All right, hold on. Let me do something real quick because I want to log this down, Storm. I want to log this down. So
did I cut out?
No, you didn't cut out. You good. You good, bro.
All that.
Let me see here. Let me. How can I do this? Oh, I can log it right here. Okay. So we got KD with. All right. No, y'all got to give y'all top. Well, I'll tell you what. Mike, hold on to y'all top 3s.
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Go ahead. Yeah, I hear you now.
Okay. Hold on to your top 3s for a second now. Just hold on to your top 3s. All right. Now, that's number 9. Number 8 is Doom 2016. Now, Storm, this made your list. You want to talk a little bit about this game?
Hey, Doom 2016, fire. You see Dark Prime's emojis right there? You see that right there on each side of that thing, man? Fire. Call the fireman. Call Lil Weezy. Call anybody. Hey, look, man, it's going down. I told y'all, 2021, man, I'm feeling real good out here. You heard? So Doom Eternal and 2016. I'm going to tell y'all already know, like, it's no secret. These are classic games, especially for Stadia. Stadia needs to poster this all over the damn place. They need to highlight it a little bit more, man, because these games are spectacular. The fact that they can run in the cloud the way they do at 60 FPS, buttery 8P upscaled or whatever the 14. I don't even know if Doom might be native or not. I never even looked into it. It looks so damn good and plays so good, man. Shout out to Bethesda and all the work they put in over there, man. id Software, yo, absolute fire.
I like Doom 2016. I think it was a solid Twitch shooter, and I normally don't like Twitch shooters. So y'all, it's kind of like, again, Outcasters. If I normally just stick to and play what I play, but if something pulls me out of my element, it's because it's fire. And I really did like Doom 2016. So definitely shout out to them for making our list. Great game altogether. Okay, that was number 8. I'm just trying to take name. All right, now y'all can. I just want to make a spreadsheet. Y'all know how I do. I can't get rid of the business side. We got Charles Aram. He has Doom Eternal is 3, Division is 2, and Cyberpunk is 1. I'm just keeping score here. Cyberpunk CP 2077.
All right, you got to get it in the right order now. I know I just made work, man. I'm gonna help you out, brother, because I know you are ready for that. This is just a little curveball that I just wanted to throw in. You never know what the hell you're gonna get around here. You know what I'm saying? That's why you got to tune in.
Doom Eternal. All right, let's see here. Doom Eternal.
This right here is for the people that showed up. This ain't for everybody that just sees a tweet or a message or whatever, then come over here like, yo, let me get that.
You know what? I tell y'all what, because we'll do this forever if I try to keep hold. Let's just wait. Let's wait right now. Hold on to y'all top 3s. Just jot them down and keep them to yourselves, and then I'll let y'all know when y'all can give us y'all top 3s. Okay. So the first person with the correct top 3, I guess if that's how Storm wants to do it.
And they'll be in the chat. No, they'll be in the chat. So I'll scroll up and then I'll look at the order before the end of the show. And then, we'll just do it like that. I'll look at the order and see if anybody got it right, because I know the top 3.
All right. So that's number 8. Number 7 is Borderlands 3. This is by Gearbox. The genre is action RPG. Borderlands 3 is an action role-playing first-person shooter video game developed by Gearbox Software and published by 2K Games. It is a sequel to 2012's Borderlands 2 and the 4th entry in the main Borderlands series. All right, Project Storm, what are your thoughts on Borderlands 3? Have you had a chance to play it? Because I know I don't think this made your list.
My brother, I will say this right here. It didn't make my list, but I go back to Link TV and Ashes to Ashes, man. They did a hell of a stream. That was my first time checking it out on a Stadia platform. Man, I have it now on PC and I have it on Stadia as well. I learned that there was a 60 frame per second mode, courtesy of the homie. I want to give the right person credit. It was Rick Tone. Rick Tone was doing a live stream. Shout out to Rick Tone. And he said it was 60 FPS. And I went over there, set my settings to 1080p on Stadia. That's the only way you're going to get it. And it damn sure was 60 buttery smooth FPS, man. So the game is dope. 9, it can't get lower than a 9 for me.
I love the first Borderlands. This is an unpopular opinion. Didn't really care for the second Borderlands because I thought the gunplay and the level design, it just wasn't inspiring. I know people love the story of Handsome Jack and all this stuff. I don't play Borderlands for the story. I play it for the gunplay and the crazy zany stuff that happens all the way around. This is this is an homage to 1 and some. You know what I'm saying? It took the best parts of 2, fused it with all the great stuff in 1, and this is just a better game for it. I love it. And because of that 60 frames per second mode, Storm, that you saw with Rick Tone, that's what made Stadia my main place to play. I was, it was like my second, third between PC and Xbox at first. But when Borderlands 3 came on there and I saw that 60 frames per second mode and it outdid the world's most powerful console and everyone else except for PC with that flat 60, my life was changed. So shout out to Borderlands 3 and shout out for it to make it number 7 on our list.
Right on.
All right. Number 6 on our list is Outcasters. All right. This is from FTG Entertainment, genre multiplayer PV. Oh no, that ain't right.
Hey man, hey man, hold on, bro. What you just do? Man? What did you just do, bro? What did you just do, bro? Bro, what did you just do?
FTG Entertainment isn't the group that did it. We got a type of it. That's Splash Damage or Stadia Games Entertainment. However, the genre is multiplayer PVE. Outcasters is a frantic face.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on. Pause, man. Hey, what the hell is the chat laughing for, bro? Because I'm down here typing that Rachel Rod, man. I want to know. Hold on. Let me tell you. I'm going to type and hit that button right now. What the hell just happened, bro? I know damn well you didn't just try to expose me and make me come off some $20, bro. What just happened, man?
Oh, we didn't get top 3 yet. We didn't get that wasn't top 3.
I'm just saying, what is the chat laughing for, bro?
Because they're rude. Because the chat is rude. No, shout out to the chat. It was Josiah Usher.
You ain't have 1980 some Wonder Woman up there, man. I mean,
exactly. You don't know. Yeah, I could have had.
I don't know. I don't know, bro.
I could have had Sonic 2 up there. Y'all don't know what's going on. Anyway.
All right. Well, there it is. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
But yeah, number 6 is Outcasters. Again, we talked about it earlier, but what are your thoughts again, briefly on Outcasters?
Outcasters, shout out right now to Splash Damage and what they did, man. They had everybody in the community waiting. The participation of that game, like from the devs and everything, was insane, man. Love the game, love the atmosphere, love the environment, love the fact that I linked up with Grace Yang. Shout out to Grace Yang, community manager of Stadia. Got a chance to play with her, Jim Stadia and Dominic, and it's just a hell of a game. I was on it. I told you I was on it yesterday, and I'm just like, wow, this game seems so simple on the surface, but it's so damn deep, and and it seems like it's easy, like Among Us and Fall Guys and all that. But nah, you got to be a grown ass gamer with many hours out here and experience to come on here and get some wins, man. You really do have to put some time in and get your skills up.
Yeah. I slept on this game. I said, oh, this might be a cool game for people that may like it. I figured that I'd play it and, just wouldn't be my cup of tea. And I played it and I never had so much fun dying. I mean, I'm horrible. I was horrible. If you're a member, it. Like, cause I did a Dean Takahashi, that's the guy that was playing Cuphead and couldn't get past the tutorial.
Yeah.
That was me. That was me trying to make my shots angle. Oh, I was horrible. I was in the tutorial for like 45 minutes. But
oh man, what controller were you using, man? Were you using the Stadia controller?
I was using the Stadia controller. Yeah, I just sucked. I didn't understand the mechanics to the very end. I thought you could only curve the thing once, but you can curve it multiple times. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you could curve it multiple times. It's just that you can only do it like every 2 seconds or something like that.
Oh,
so
all right, okay.
As long as the shot is still on the screen, if you do it the right way, you can curve it.
Well, when I curve it one time, it's gonna hit you. That's all to it. So I don't have to do all the multiple curves.
Oh, see, man.
But look, go ahead and keep talking. Let me answer this phone. The wife calling. Hold on.
Okay. I could be right in front of you and still miss. So, but no, I love the game. The game is fantastic. Great game. And one that I urge that everyone try if you get access to Stadia Pro through the non-committal service or through the if you do it free for 30 days, definitely check it out. And I shout out to Stadia Cast. I know Bill and Lloyd often say that this should be a game that should be free to play, like how Bomberman or online is. And yes, I agree. If they make this game free to play, then screw those longheads that gave it a Metacritic of 75. This is a way better game than that. You can let the world see. And it's kind of like why the digital Foundry thing doesn't really stick that much, why I said nobody's upset, because it comes well after the fact that everybody got the game in their hands. So they're looking at digital Foundry like, I don't know about that, because I got some people that I know that played it on the Xbox Series X, and they say no, digital Foundry shortchanged a lot of they caveated a lot of the benefits that you get on the Stadia version opposed everywhere else except for PC. So, but that's the thing. Great game. Give it a shot. I like it a lot. All right. Now, y'all may have seen this earlier because it was Project Storm's fault. No, y'all may have seen this early, but the number 5 game is PUBG. Okay. PUBG of PUBG Corporation. Genre is Battle Royale. Battleground is a player versus player shooter game in which up to 100 players fight in a battle royale.
That's right.
A type of large-scale last man standing deathmatch where players fight to remain the last alive. Players can choose to enter the match solo, duo, or with a small team of up to 4 people. Storm.
That's right.
You know the game. What are your thoughts on PUBG?
Absolutely bananas. The first time I tried it was on PC, y'all. It was janky as hell. I'm talking about you couldn't jump out of windows. You couldn't do all the cool things you could do right now in the game, right? So simplistic, but it was always intriguing, man. So much so that I bought the damn game 3 times, paid $30 each for the game on different platforms, and then it came to Stadia for free. Now, again, let's go back to the value of Stadia and what it offers, man. This game was announced in that April Connect, right? The one where we watched the good old Stadia Initiative live, baby, live. Yo, the game, when I heard that announcement, I immediately said, let me call my homie Project Kill, man. I called Kill up because, you know, we had our little clan going on. That's why if you see some projects around, man, it's because we had a clan of 250 people deep since back there in the original Xbox days or the 360. But look, the game is it's just bananas, man. It's still today one of the best shooters when it comes to intensity level, like getting intensity level up and all that stuff, man. There's nothing equivalent to the chicken dinner. If anybody disagrees, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When you get a chicken dinner, your first one, it makes you feel like you accomplished the world, man. No other game is making me feel that way. I got a V for victory in Battlefield 5. I got some dubs on many different shooters in them. Still to this day, when I get a chicken dinner, it feels good. Still to this day, that game gives an intensity level off that no other game compares to. Yeah, Call of Duty and Warzone and all that is hot. And all these other shooters, right? That's great and phenomenal and all that. But nothing at all compares to the chicken dinner.
All right. So we're getting close. I'm going to give my thoughts on PUBG, but I just want to remind.
Now, I said when we get to 5, now y'all got to give y'all top 3 before we hit 3. When we hit 3 is when I'm going to go back up to chat, and look and see if anybody got that top 3.
So my suggestion for everybody is right now, if you haven't submitted it or if you haven't thought of it, get ready for your top 3.
And if you just tuned in, that's a $20 gift card, man. $20 gift card. We'll communicate on Twitter or something and find out what the best place to give you that gift card at. I don't care. Amazon, Google, wherever the hell it is. I might be able to make something work for you, but we'll communicate on it, y'all, if you get it right. Let's go, Emma.
So definitely get ready. Get your thoughts together. So before we hit 3, you gotta, because once we go on to 3, it's over. You can't submit anymore. All right. Our number 4 game is Destiny 2.
Woo!
Destiny 2. Our Bungie.
Somebody might have already got knocked out of the game.
Yeah, somebody already got knocked out.
Hey, you can only submit one time. I know how to read this chat. I know how to read this chat.
Also known as Destiny 2 New Light, is a free-to-play online multiplayer first-person shooter video game developed by Bungie, set in a mythic science fiction world. The game features a multiplayer shared world, environments with elements of role-playing games. What are your thoughts on this story?
Oh, man. Hours and hours. I almost got a divorce on Destiny 1. I wasn't going out there getting the groceries out of the car. Nothing, man. My wife would come home and be like, I need your help, babe. I'd be like, you need my help? I'm in the middle of a raid. I'm in the Crota raid. I'm in the Callus raid. I'm in every damn raid. And it was going down on Destiny 2. For everybody out there that knows what I'm talking about, I don't have to say anything else. These Destiny games, man, gets me. Bro, you can't just put 2 hours into it. Maybe some people might jump on the and they might say, this is not for me. Halo wasn't for me or anything like that. But because Halo was for me, Destiny blew me the hell away, man. From the time I first picked up the controller on the beta, on the Destiny 1 beta, Destiny had me done. I'm ready to run the raid right now with Rick Tone and Bibbidi Bop and to Dark Prime and other people. We're trying to get a squad together and we're trying to run through this raid, man. And I'm trying to broadcast that, or somebody's gonna make sure it's live. Anyway, go ahead, bro.
All right. Well, no, look, Destiny, a story, funny story.
Yo, this is a hell of a list. First of all, it's a hell of a show today. You got me hyped. Like I ain't even on the damn panel. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, man. Hey, you must have got some good sleep last night or something, bro.
No, I haven't, and I'm trying to.
Well, you need to stay awake. You need to keep doing what you're doing, man. Not saying it is not always. Anytime you got me sitting up in my chair, man, like I'm a damn, you know what I mean? Like I'm just like ready to win a prize my damn self or something, man. That's a good job right there.
Hey, I said it. We said it, man, at the beginning of the show. This is gonna be a fun one, man.
Oh yeah,
have a lot of fun with this one. Even if it was at the expense of me and people getting a couple of laughs out of me.
Yeah, but for everybody that don't know, man, this is PNTS Network at its finest, man. This is what we do. This is what we try to offer.
Absolutely.
We told y'all we was going to shake it up in 2021, man. We come in with a different angle. We try to be as positive as we can, but we're not going to let the bull-ish slide.
Absolutely. Let's go. All right. So it's funny, Storm, that you said that you almost got a divorce. I almost had children youth services take my kids from me.
Yo, we laugh, but
hey, yo,
hey, you know,
look, I'm dead. Hey, look,
Hey, bro, people go through.
Me and my brother had just been in South Carolina for a year, so he really didn't know anybody.
Yeah.
When Destiny 1 first came out. And he met a developer guy. I think the guy was working for Bethesda at the time. So, kind of helped me get access to ESO when it was still alpha, but I'll leave that alone. I don't want to talk about it. So, because I made these people upset when I didn't stay on the 360, because here's what happened. We had a clan called the Old Dirty Blasters. You can still go.
Hey, yo, I'm telling y'all. I heard of this clan, and I'm sure I've seen y'all in the streets. I'm sure I've seen
probably, you probably
I'm telling you, Old Dirty Blasters, the mob, the SWAT, the projects, all of us was out there on the 360, man. But go ahead.
I was playing that for several hours. It got to the point to where, thank God, my daughter was of age. She was 16, and she was cooking for the kids. They were like, "Dad, get off the joystick!" Oh man, it was horrible. It was horrible. So, because at the time it was my youngest daughter and the two boys, and my wife works crazy hours. So, oh man, if it wasn't,
you couldn't pause the game. It's because you couldn't pause the game. The grind is serious. The grind is serious. These public events, everything you had to do, you got people
Nightfall.
with you. Yeah, the Nightfall, your crew is with you, and you got to get it done, man. You got to get it done.
Yeah, so and Destiny 2, I wasn't too enthused at first about Destiny 2, but as I got into it, I was like, okay, I was starting to get some of the vibes back. I like what they've done with it more recently, but games like Division 2 have diverted my attention. But again, it comes from a great ilk that again almost had me separated from my kids. So I know what you talk about, Storm.
Yeah, I feel that, homie.
Franchise.
And that's real. We put it out there, y'all. You know what I mean?
All right, y'all. So we're talking about Destiny 2 right now. We're going to give you a minute. Put your final things in there now, because when I put in the chat, no more selections. It's going to be no more selections. I'll put it in the chat.
There it is.
What's your favorite Destiny? What's the most excitement, or what's the most memorable moment you've had with Destiny, Storm?
I tell you right now, when I soloed Crota on Destiny 1, now on Destiny 2, playing with the Stadia community, because it was something new. Cloud had just kicked off. Stadia had just kicked off. The fact that I was able to play this game and for it to run at 60 FPS, Marks, it had everything I wanted. And to do it with some of the great people over here that many of them you see in this chat right now, man, to be able to jump on the game and rock with them like that on the new platform. Dopeness, man. Dopeness.
My most memorable moment is when real quick. My brother and his developer friend, we had the clan. We were the main ones in the clan, right? Playing together every night. We were going to stay on 360, but I ended up getting an Xbox One. And the graphics and how everything looked, the fidelity on Xbox One was so much better than the 360 that I stopped playing on 360 and I abandoned them. So those motherfuckers, man, they were hot. So I had to solo stuff. Like I couldn't do Nightfalls anymore. I thought about like, damn. So I would like plug my 360 back in, like, come on, guys, let's play. And they wouldn't even play with me. They were so mad. So I would have to go back to the Xbox One version because it wasn't cross play. It was just cross progression. And I would have to solo Nightfalls by myself. And it was the one Nightfall where at the end you would get to like that. It was like a base or something like that. And you could stay. It was, I forgot. It's hard to explain. But when I beat that Nightfall and I soloed it by myself, that was the most exciting moment that I had. And then I went to Zor and got some great weaponry and stuff like that. But that's the best fun I had with Destiny. All right, now.
Yo, hold on. Before you move on, man, shout out. I just said Bibbidi Bop, man. I don't know if you saw what he put in the chat, but he was saying, are you guys hiring for the PNTS network, right? He said, just lost my job because my new school schedule contradicts it. Bibbidi, that's effed up. Now I just started the show. I didn't lose my gig or anything like that, Bibbidi. But I started the show by saying it was something crazy with my job that had just occurred. But it's not of that magnitude, brother, right there. Hey, first of all, you're gonna be in my thoughts, man. Holla at me, Bibbidi. You know how to find us. You know how to find us, bro.
Yeah,
the thing is, you already know you got a door in. But the PNTS network, unfortunately, Bibbity, man, I wish I could hit that damn Powerball, bro, because I swear I drop you a cool 1.5. Easy.
Mm-hmm.
But man, look, we're gonna be talking about it, brother. We're gonna be talking about it, man. I know you're doing your school thing. People got to understand, we gamers out here, but we also getting in behind the scenes. A lot of us got lives, and we, you know, Bibby out here he's out here trying to better himself, and that's just how it shakes off. You got to put your nephews, my son's health, man. I got to put my son's health first when it comes to my job. I don't give a damn. Like, that's just the bottom line. So, Bibbity, I got you, bro. You know what it is, man. We will be talking, man. It's crazy. I just had to throw that out there because we talking about Bibbity Bop and on his destiny and all that. But yo, that's the family right there. Go ahead.
All right, so let me do this. No more. Okay, let me put this out here. No more selections. Okay, we put it out here. We're taking no more selections. All right, so we're now officially going into the top 3. All right, are you ready, Storm?
Yes, sir. Top 3. Top 3.
Number 3 on our list of top 3 games. Hold on. I think Eddie Player One he's coming back. Let's wait for Eddie just for a little bit because I just saw.
Come on back. Well, let me go through the chat real quick, man, because they've been rocking with us. They've been doing the thing, and we at 39 right now, y'all. Y'all hit the like. What's the math on that? 24 people hit the like button. I don't know how many people done passed through, but hit that like button, y'all. Try to get us up to 30, man, because this right here is a show, and we're trying to keep this level of enthusiasm and everything for y'all in 2021 and beyond, man. We're gonna mix it all up. So, Gandara shows up. Simba shows up. You know what I'm saying? Definitely not new names to us. Thank y'all for showing up and rocking with us today. Gandara. See, I'm liking what I'm seeing as far as the picks, though, but we're going to wait for Eddie for this one, y'all. JD3 is out here. You know what I mean? I ain't get a chance to shout him out earlier. Who else? I want to make sure I call out. We got, you got I'm going to just say M. Gulai. I like to try to pronounce these damn names right, man. But you know who I'm talking about, man. Thanks for stopping through. I see your order out there. Yeah, Gulai. It might be either one, man. But you know who I'm talking about. Thanks for showing up, rocking with us today. Christopher Torres already in the building. Of course, Bibbity Bop stopped through. Lowland Prophet stopped through. And it seems like that is it for the people that just joined. I might have missed.
We got Eddie. We got Eddie back. Eddie's officially back. Shout out to Eddie. You came just in time, brother. We're about to do the top 3. And what Storm is doing is he just surprised us. He said he's going to give a $20 gift card to anybody that could guess the top 3. So that's seeing. So we cut off the voting or people adding their selection. So now we're officially about to do the top 3 games of Stadia Dosage and SSC podcast.
There it is.
Number 3. Y'all ready?
Ready. Let's go. Let me get that. Let's get it.
Number 3 game is Cyberpunk 2077. Woo! All right. CD Projekt Red. This genre is action RPG. Cyberpunk 2077 is an open world action adventure story set in Night City. A megla blah 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 this obsessed with power, glamour, and body modification. You play as V, a mercenary outlaw going after one of a kind implant that is key to immortality.
All right. Hey, EG, I got you, EG. That's what's up, brother. Thanks for showing up and rocking with us. Go ahead, though, MM.
Now, we'll give honors back to Eddie for showing up. Eddie, what are your thoughts on this game, on Cyberpunk 2077, the number 3 game of SSC podcast?
Well, let me tell everybody on the chat. Yes, that was my number 3 as well on the I had the other 2 games on top of those, but the importance of Cyberpunk had at the end of the year, it brought much more people interested in Stadia. It brought this to 1,300 subscribers because of the Cyberpunk hype. A lot of people got to know Cyberpunk because of got to know Stadia because of Cyberpunk. So to the platform, the game was really important. And although people may say the game has bugs, has glitches, and etc., but still a very good game.
Awesome. Project Stone.
What it do?
What are your thoughts on our number 3 game?
First of all, let me
Cyberpunk
go back
2077.
curb and highlight them members right there. You know what I'm saying? All those members out there in green, y'all see them. You know what I'm
Shout
saying?
out to 'em.
Y'all see them out there. You know, it's hey, I had to do it, man. I just had to do it. I'm seeing this green pop up. Yo, thank y'all for rocking out. Everybody for rocking out. Cyberpunk, man, y'all heard us talk about it so many times. I'm gonna try to keep it short and sweet and put a bow on it. Game has never been seen before. It's never been done before. I know it took a lot of heat. I know people were pissed off. They got refunds on certain platforms and everything, man. You know, we just talked about the Digital Foundry breakdown and all that good stuff earlier. But overall, that game to me is special, man. It's special. That's all I'm saying. It keeps getting better and better. There's a patch seemingly every other day now. I rocks with it. I'll just keep it that simple, man. It's great. It's going to be. I hope that the longevity of it, I hope it lasts into like over a decade, because I haven't played anything like it, man. I'm talking about on some real. It's dope. It feels like something fresh. It feels like something that I dreamt about 15 years ago. I'm on it. Love it.
Absolutely. Cyberpunk 2077 to me, again, and you see articles like I saw something from Screen Rant where they talked about the Stadia version is riddled with bugs. I didn't experience that, and I played it on PC and I played it on Stadia, and I saw the least amount of bugs on Stadia.
That's me too.
Yeah, that was my experience, and I'm running on the 3070, i8700, 16 gigs of RAM, all the nooks and crannies. With the DLSS, I love that. I mean, it gives it great fidelity, but just the Stadia version with the power of the cloud, it's I guess you're running into the least amount of issues with hardware. Maybe a lot of the bugs are hardware related, and you're not running into that on the Stadia version. Also, let's just play devil's advocate and say that the results that Richard Ledbetter got was via a CCU when he did his compare. I still would put Stadia's version. That's why I said no one's upset. I would still put Stadia's version as number 2 because of the mobility of it. I can take my game and just go with it on the go at that smoothness, at that great fidelity. And I know a lot of people will argue, well, GFN gives you, you know what I'm saying? GFN gives you ray tracing and all this other stuff. Well, I mean, it does give you ray tracing, but I'm not that big of a fan of ray tracing on 1080 resolution or 1200p resolution. I don't think it makes that much of a difference. And then just playing the version of GFN versus Stadia, I feel the Stadia version is the visuals are a lot cleaner. The gameplay is a lot smoother. Yeah. So, and I get that smoothness no matter where I'm at. So, I just love this game. And then last but not least, it's funny, Eddie, it was number 3 on your list. It was number 4 on my list. So that's what helped give it staying power in our voting process. It was number 4 on my list because what didn't make my personal list, which is going to shock a lot of people, is Far Cry 5. Why? Even though that's my favorite game this gen, I didn't like the performance so much on Stadia. And this game reminds me so much of like a Cyberpunk meets Far Cry 5 that I don't feel bad about that. Like, I don't feel like I'm missing out because my favorite game isn't playing so well. So I'm getting a lot of Far Cry 5 vibes from this game, and I'm loving it. So yeah, Cyberpunk 2077, despite the controversy and all the other stuff, I'm telling you, pick it up and try it on Stadia. You'll see why none of that outrage and pick up the pitchforks and we're not going to take it. Why none of that twisted sister mannerism is here? You know what I'm saying? It's a great experience, and I love it. So yeah. All right. Now we got 2 more to go, y'all.
Let's go.
Are y'all ready?
Are y'all ready to see if you got it right? To see if I got it right.
Who's still in this? Who's still in this?
Let's go.
The number 2 game of the SSC podcast for Stadia of 2020 is Doom Eternal.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's see how many people we knocked out with this one. So Doom Eternal, Bethesda, genre twitch shooter. Doom Eternal is a first-person shooter game developed by id Software and published by Bethesda Softworks. Set sometime after the events of the 2016 game, the story follows the Doom Slayer once again on a mission to end Hell's consumption of Earth and foil the alien makers' plans to exterminate humanity. Eddie, player one, what are your thoughts on Doom Eternal?
Quick and simple. This was my number 5 on the last on the top 10, and my simple is let's bring it to the men who play most of the game. Project Storm.
Yep.
Yes,
Project
yes,
Storm.
sir. Hey,
what are your
look,
thoughts
man, I appreciate you, Eddie. You don't have to be so kind and everything, man. But look, hey, Doom Eternal, y'all, it's a classic, man. I'm talking about. I played many games in the Doom franchise. Doom Eternal is the last game I think I ran through. I'm talking about not like what on Stadia, completed the game. I put hours into it. I put so many. That's when I first started doing my stream setup and all that stuff. So I didn't know what the hell I was doing with the titles and all that. Remember, my title was super long and everything. I was just so happy to be playing on Stadia, right?
I remember that.
I still got those, right? And that's why we'll talk about it later, but that's why I couldn't start new streams. I ran out of space with Doom Eternal. But hey yo, it's just phenomenal, man. The fact that here's a game that's coming to Stadia, it was supposed to come and it got delayed, and then people were talking all that smack. Oh, Stadia doesn't have a game now. Go to a big title, a AAA game, and all this. It got delayed. This is doomed. Stadia's doomed, right? No pun intended. Man, then it dropped. When it dropped, people hit us with the BS like, oh, it's latency. I'm hearing that it's latency, and then Digital Foundry did their thing, and then other people was like. But me and 6'4" and other people jumped on the game. Yourself, we did some streams on it. We showed people that you can play the game, and and then they passed it up shortly after that, and it was just phenomenal. It was already working great, but then it started working magnificent, man. Like it was just crazy. So I ran through the game, completed the game. It was hard as hell, y'all. It was hard as hell. I contemplated giving up before I beat it, but I persevered, man, got it done, and that's why it is high on my list of games.
Awesome.
Love it. Love the performance, the graphics, everything about it is just dope.
Doom Eternal for me was again one of those. The reason why I said 2016 Doom was good because Doom Eternal is superb. I'm normally not a Twitch shooter fan. In 2016, I thought was good, but it didn't hold me till the very end. Doom Eternal, my God, this and it's a shame too because this game did not get its just due because of the pushback. I think if it would release when it was originally supposed to release, it would have fared a lot better. This is a fantastic game. I know it's on sale everywhere, and I know this is a Stadia podcast, but this game is great no matter where you can get access to it. Definitely play it. It plays great on Stadia, Xbox, PlayStation, your toaster, your mop bucket, wherever the case may be. It's so well optimized, fantastic experience. Definitely reason why. And it plays great on Stadia. And again, you can take it with you everywhere and get that great smooth experience that's unmatched in cloud gaming. So with that said, that's why Doom Eternal is our number 2 game of 20.
Hey, before you go to number 1, my gosh, like you say, my God. Hey, look, so many people was right there in the ballpark, bro.
They were close.
That Hyper Fang, man. We got EG, we got Rachel Rod, we got so many people that's in the ballpark that hit. Oh man, I can't. Hey, let's go ahead. I don't think. Let me see here, man.
Not everybody. I thought this would be clear, but not everybody got this one.
Hey.
And it's not because it's clear. If you y'all should have got this. This is testament that y'all don't follow everybody's content the way that you should. You know what I'm saying? If you follow Project Storm and if you followed Eddie Player One the way that you were supposed to, damn it, this would have been elementary.
Hey, look,
because
hold
the
on.
number one game
before you get into it,
top
before you get into it, we're gonna have to call the NCPD, Night City Police Department, damn it, because somebody got it right. And I don't know how this brother got it right. Hey, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
All right. But the number 1 game, again, the numero uno game, it's on everybody's top 4. It's on my top 4. It's on Storm's top 4. It's on Eddie Player One's top 4. It's the only game on this list that everybody selected. And it's in our top 4. And that game is, let's do
Let's do it. Hold on, man. Give me an extra drum
Dosage.
roll, man. Extra drum roll, because so many people got so close, man.
The Stadia Dosage game of the year 2020.
2021, 1. Oh, 20, whatever. What the hell?
Whatever that 2025 is. Boom, the Division 2.
Division 2. So that means
Come on, y'all.
none other than the homie Ray Sherrod. Seems like he got the exact order.
Ray Sherrod got it?
Seems like he got the exact order.
Sneaky son of a gun.
And Charles was close and other people were close, man. Charles had the order, but he had it out of order, if you get what I'm saying. Ray Sherrod got one. The first number 1 is Division 2. Number 2, Doom Eternal. Number 3, Cyberpunk. Eddie, you didn't hit Ray Sherrod up in the DM, did you?
I didn't know. The hell no.
Eddie, man.
No,
Eddie,
I didn't know he won.
What he said about the homie? Cowboy?
The homie Ray Sherrod, you already know what it is. I know how to get in touch with you easily, brother.
This guy's cleaned it up this year, man.
Ray Sherrod, him and Charles. You see, Charles though. Charles had the game. He didn't have the order. Damn, but it's all right because Charles already won. If y'all don't know, Charles was a recipient and a winner of a Stadia premiere.
Man, can we start?
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Definitely.
So, the Division 2 was on my top 3 as well. It was the second, I would say. Chad is saying here, so there was no Red Dead and no Jedi on the list. On my list, I had Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't have the Fallen Order because although it played great, I felt it didn't belong on the list that I submitted. But talking about the Division 2, the game came out in March on Stadia. And when it came out together with the Warlords of New York expansion.
Right.
So the Warlords of New York expansion was being released on March as well. So we got to serve all of the hype of the new DLC, which brought a ton of content. That DLC, we were able to play crossplay with PC. We were able to use Stream Connect. The game was so much fun, and still to this day, coming updates. I have almost 200 hours playing on the Division 2. The hunt for exotic weapons, oh my god, the game has been so great, and to this day it's one of my top 3 of the year of 2020.
Absolutely. Your thoughts, Storm?
Hey man, my thoughts are congrats to the homie Ray Sherrod out this mother boy. You know what I'm saying? Nobody out here.
Sneaky bastard.
Hey, you call him sneaky all the time. You call him Sneaky Ray. And I tell you what, man, it is what it is, because that brother just got him a $20 gift. Hey, look. So many people had, if you didn't have one game, they had 2 games. If they didn't have 2 games, they had all 3 of the damn games, but in the wrong order, man. I like this. Project Storm, give yourself a round of applause, man. Project Storm. Yeah, boy. We always trying to figure out a way to get back to y'all. I told y'all what it was going to be. Come on now. You never know what you're going to get. This is just one example. Okay. So that being said, man, this is all fun. I'm loving it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Hyperfang's out here. He had a couple of them, man. It's just, and it's beautiful to see that, y'all. We got people coming from everywhere. No matter where the hell you play, PS5, Series X, older console, Nintendo Switch, PC, Stadia, Geforce Now, all of that good stuff, y'all. It's room for everybody when we have these conversations. Come on in. Tell your friends about it.
Yep. Division 2. Shout out to Hyperfang Gaming. He said Moss used to stream Division 2 every day.
Every day.
That is true. Like, yeah, that should have been on more lists.
Yeah, man, most definitely. And I tell you this, y'all. So Ray knows. Ray's gonna let y'all know during if he pops by SML tomorrow. SML podcast will kick off at. We intend to kick it off at 11 a.m. Eastern time with myself and MM2K. Ray will be able to confirm and let y'all know that I'm a man of my word. You know what I'm saying? So stay tuned.
Now, I love this game because Division 1 was, I loved it. I mean, I know a lot of people felt a type of way about it, but I love Division 1. I love the underground For those that remember that DLC, I love the Underground DLC. I played that all night. My wife, time for you to go to bed. You got to go to work. Wake me up 2 or 3, or stop me because I was already up 3 a.m. Get your ass to bed. And then when 2 came out, it just started off so much better. I know I had a rough patch, but the thing about Division 2 is that even though I love that game, and Division 2 was the reason why, y'all, that my brother stopped talking to me for a while, because what happened was while we was playing Destiny 2, as I alluded to earlier, I said, I want to get Division 2 for PC, but there was so much cheating happening on PC, and I said, nope, I'm going to get it on Xbox. Got an Xbox at Christmas before it came out, and then end up upgrading my Destiny 2, or my Destiny 1, because remember, you could upgrade Destiny 1 for free, and I never looked back to 360. So, Division 1 was the reason why me and my brother had a short rift. But that said, I love the series, love the franchise. Destiny 2 is so much better, in my opinion. I love the game and the best way to play. Now, we normally say with Stadia games, Stadia may be the best way to play X game or Y game, except for PC. No. The best way to play Division 2 anywhere is on Stadia.
It is. I got to agree, man.
It's a flat 60, Stream Connect. It looks beautiful. You know what I'm saying? And that you get that same fidelity while you're playing on phone anywhere. Even Digital Foundry, and amidst all their tripping over their shoelaces and trying to rate this set, we wish that this game, this style of Division 2 was on the consoles.
It takes advantage of everything Stadia, SSD speeds when it comes to fast travel and everything. When you disconnect, y'all, Eddie can tell y'all. He's here right here. We tell these stories about how Eddie or whoever got disconnected, or Chase or MM or 6'4" or myself or Link or Ashes or somebody would get disconnected and instantly come back to the spot where we were. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
So what was most ridiculous for me was the fast travels, man. There were videos of comparing fast travel on the PlayStation. Oh my god. And even it was crazy because it changed the way people played. You would die on oh my god, I forgot key point. No. Those missions when you gotta take care, you gotta take over a place, and then you die. It was faster for you to fast travel, to the White House, and then fast travel back.
Yes,
because it was gonna go it was faster than to get the rest from somebody else.
Exactly. Right. Yes. Wow.
Absolutely. It's amazing, man. I definitely think it is worthy of that #1 spot, man. Y'all know how much I would love to see Doom Eternal up there, but man, listen, Division 2 is serious.
And we'll talk about more of that on the after show, because I think we're ready to close out shop, y'all. Again, more new format for 2021. We're going to, do an after show for our members. Definitely on the docket, we're going to talk about Ubisoft games, including Division 2 and Ubisoft Plus on Stadia. We're going to dig a little bit deeper on the Tom Warren stupidity of his comment on the Digital Foundry review and the next big games of 2021. But shout out to Ray Sherrod, man, and congratulations to Division 2.
Hey, for everybody that participated, man, I told y'all, stay tuned. You just never know. Moss don't know. Eddie don't know. Nobody knows. It's the storm. One thing about Project Storm is the storm is unpredictable, man. I tell y'all that, and I tell you, if you subscribe to my channel, that's another thing. Subscribe today. Subscribe to Eddie Player One's channel if you haven't already. Subscribe to Stadia Dosage News and the MM2K channel, y'all. It's going down.
That's what I said. There's great content here. Eddie Player One, his live streams, Project Storm, the crispiest videos out here on YouTube. Like their links are in the descriptions and in the comment section below. So definitely shout out to this panel for their participation. They made this a fun event and a great. I think this is a solid list. I really do. I think it's a solid list, and I think this is a great #1 because it's the only #1 on everybody's list, and it's the top. It's in the top 4 with everybody. So, great shot. All right. Thank you, everybody. Before we go, though, but we're going to go through the panel, let everybody know where they can be found. Eddie Player One, we'll start with you. Where can people find you at?
People can find me at youtube.com at Eddie Player One. I recently posted a video review of my mobile controller called X2 from Game Sir. And on the upcoming week, you guys can expect I'm going to be posting finally a review of the monitor 4K that I'm using. I love this monitor. I got it to play Cyberpunk, and I really don't regret it.
Well, let me ask you something now that you said that. You said 4K, and I woke the hell up. So now, Eddie, would you say that you can notice a difference? That's all I need to know. Can you notice a difference?
Freaking lovely.
We got to talk about that in the after show.
All right. Well, then let's shut it down then. Let's shut it down.
He woke me up. Ooh.
No.
Put a chill down my spine. Ooh. But shout out to American Goulet. He says this was a lot of fun, guys. Thanks for the great content. And what we're going to start next week. It was such short notice and everything was crazy this week. We'll do the after shows live. So we'll have 2 streams available, one for the regular show and then one for the members to just hop on over to the other link and do the after show. But we're gonna record this and we're gonna put this up as soon as we can. So with that said, okay, I'm sorry, Eddie, did you go through all your links?
Yes, sir. Follow me up on Twitter as well, guys. EddiePlayer1 on Twitter.
All right, Project Storm, where can they find the crispiest videos on YouTube, my good friend? Where can they find you at?
Find me right here, Project Storm on YouTube. That is www. Damn it, I always forget the damn. Hey, look, man, Project Storm. hey, you know how I do it. Hey, Project Storm / what the hell is it, man? What the hell is my? Hey, where can you find me, MM?
You can find.
Hey, no, it's
no. Go to
youtube.com / Project Storm.
Y'all. You can go to PNTS Network.
I know. And on Twitter, you can find me at the Nephophiliac, y'all. Over on Twitter, the Nephophiliac. You know how sometimes you've been in a good conversation, you forget your damn link. Like y'all never did it before, content creators. Let's go.
Yep. And also, you can find, not only can you find me here, but you can find me on MM2K videos on YouTube. You can also look up Stadia Dosage or MM2K on Twitter. I always mix up Twitter and Twitch. And that's pretty much it. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Damn, this was a great show.
It was.
You got to do this again. Love you all. And like I said, members, you're going to get to see the after show. We're going to try to put it up there today. And don't forget, y'all, SML tomorrow on Project Storm's channel. The link is below. Follow him because it's going to be a hell of a show tomorrow. With that said,
Sunday, catch me and Snow Bunny gaming on her channel, Snow Bunny Gaming, here on YouTube.
God, I almost forgot.
And that'll be at 2 p.m. Eastern time for the Ying Meets Yang of Gaming, YMYOG podcast.
You can catch this show. You can catch SML. You can catch YMYOG of Gaming all on Spotify. Just look us up on Spotify or your favorite podcasting network. You can also catch Eddie Player One as he does this week on Stadia Unfiltered. And Eddie, is the Trash Mob show on
every Wednesday. The Tuesdays we have the This Week on Stadia Unfiltered show. And every Wednesdays as well at night we have the Trash Mob show when we talk about one game at a time.
Absolutely. So definitely check them out. And now you're going to be, because we're going to be changing our time slot. So now you can enjoy both. Everything on Eddie Player One's channel and MM2K's channel live without having to do the double tabs. But with that said, peace out, y'all. Y'all have a wonderful gaming day. Peace.
Hyper Frank said, where can you go?
How do I go? You got to, in order to see the after show, it's going to be recorded. And what you're going to want to do is you got to be a member. So you got to hit the join button. You got to be there's 3 tiers. There's the dose tier, there's the prescription tier, and then there's the short shot tier. You got to be at least a prescription or short shot tier member in order to see the after shows. All right. So hit the join button. It'll give you all the information. And with all that said, I appreciate all of y'all. Peace.
Peace, y'all.